their longest trip of the year is behind them, and they return. And grounded right at Trevor Story. Will play. Guerrero Jr. on deck.
Let's take a look at Brian Bayo's.
And a 1-0 pitch. Will miss away. Bayo lost it. Cutter in. 2-1.
Tell you what, even at 88 miles an hour, that still had a ton of right to left.
Bayo's had his issues with Toronto over the years. Just 3-4, 5.48 ERA. Fastball, and he missed that. 3-2. 4 for 8 against Bayo lifetime with a couple of doubles. He's going to strike out here. And the first one to Guerrero will be ball 1. Like it very much. Not that anybody would, but it had already happened previous. It wasn't long after that. Knew about that. The 2-1 misses inside, saying you gotta make sure that's down, and there's a base hit. So his presence known immediately. Hitting .313 with 7 home runs. He's probably check swing and roll foul. He's 3 out of 11, and the 0-2 to Kirk. Toronto's won 5 out of 7 against first. Raked but foul. There goes the runner. Here's the throw down. A dive by Vladdy. He's easily in there at second. 2-2 outside. Payoff pitch. Little trickler or a swing and bunt more than anything else going to roll foul. Bayo made 3-2 again to Kirk. And again fouled at home plate. And he walks him. So with 11 home runs, he hits this one toward the gap. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Short hop play by Rafaela. Fire to the plate. Here comes the runner, and he is out.
And you look at.
And that'll miss inside by Bayo. Athletic play by Guerrero on the slide at home plate to get around a potential tag. And a 1-2 pitch, and popped up foul out of play. Check swing down into the dirt. 2-2. He's running full.
Yeah, you know, I was saying
E3. Runners go, and it's tag foul. They'll do it again.
And so there was a lot of thought to strike at every level of the organization.
At short, Bichette into second one. They will turn it on a bang.
Players.
Hamilton swings mightily, but pops this one up to left. And Clase will make the catch. More with
him assess what everyone was doing, what all the job positions did, which makes sense, right? It's working dynamics with a new group.
Will pop into right field, racing out is Hamilton. Abreu coming on. 1 down.
My question is, does a lot of this have to do with, you know, it's a different era of baseball. Players are scouted differently. They're evaluated differently.
Change in terms of the people who are employed by a baseball team. The fact that it is now an option. On top of that, you know, when you have a lot of decision making that's made via model, and that informs heavily decision making. Those are marks that are, you know, we're talking about elite middle of the order hitter marks.
Fly ball by Lucas back to center field as Rafaela, and will make the catch. 2 down.
And to kind of go in 0-2 counts turned into 7 and 9 pitch walks, which is, you know, a very
4 strikeouts. Not ideal there. How did he handle himself defensively?
I think that
things, being uncomfortable defensively, trying to learn a new position, so you're clouded a little bit mentally. And I would say
it demands.
Runner goes, throw down is not going to get him. Fear of the Boston Globe. And line to the left center field. It's down for a hit into the alley. That'll chase in another run. Springer will score. And suddenly 3-0 hit. And give him another one. A single into left field. So Bayo getting hit.
Sometimes to move a player.
Snap toss down to first base and got him. And then it's been truly a thorn in the side of the Red Sox here in recent start. Pop foul back out of play. Nick just called up with Marcelo Meyer going on bereavement list. 0-2 as we check out. And he'll take inside. He's 2 for 10 lifetime again.
Any count.
High drive but foul.
And, you know, when a pitcher's like that and they can go
2-2 and strikes him out. Back to the break spot. No doubt about it as Sogard takes a ball. 15 days right through to the All-Star break.
Well, it's needed because it felt like we were on the West.
Traded, and that gave them 6 consecutive wins. And they would win that first series in Seattle. James was worse. That was fouled away with a lot of mistakes, a lot of deadly mistakes on the. That one hooked but foul. Not that the Red Sox were world. Well, that's what some of the Toronto folks. And as an opposing pitching staff, it's the first thing you start to center on.
Well, you have a game.
Definitely.
But with this roster, that's how they're going to have to go about it to win. 2
pitch now to Sogard. And he's going to take a seat in there for strike 3. A third. 3-0 Toronto, 3rd inning. Well, I think whatever.
Is he important?
Fly this one into center field. Pretty well hit. Lucas back. He's on the warning track to turn and make the catch. He sent that one for a long. And Class A is sent to the Sox. And it's 0-2. There's 68 from Bayo, fouled away. And the 0-2. 6-0. Popped up into left, and a play for Jarren Duran in on this. One gone. Earlier tonight. By the way, the 2 cutest little girls you will find.
Strawberry ice cream. I'm going to sign on that.
Naturally.
I was like, all right. My daughters, I promise.
2-0. A high chopper. Story will handle that. On target. 2 down. At that age.
She loves Trevor Story because he's number 10, and that's her favorite number. She was 6.
Barsha was a swing and a miss. 1-1. And the 1-1. This guy is a cannon. 2-1. Derek Lauer, lefty. Three-two. Swing socked into center. Racing for it. Set on Raffaele. He'll run it down. Batting out of 2. Foul tipped at the plate. 0-2. And a wave and a miss. And breaking. Anthony ripped a double first time up. To the warning track, an ace or the number 1 guy for very long on his staff, but very reliable.
He's certainly reliable. That's
and a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Popped that one foul off to the left out of play.
Well, he did go back to the slurve. He was
that missed away. Let's see what happens here in the 3-2. He's going to swing and miss for strike 3. Starts him with a heater. Smokes that one into center field, and that's going to be caught. To see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. break his bat on a ground ball to third. Sogard handles it and gets him.
Where the bat is broken, the ball is going.
Kirk has walked and flied out to right. He's going to sting this one back toward the wall. That'll catch some green. Back to Durant. It's going to be a Fenway single for Alejandro Kirk.
The grains, and now you see that little circle on the bats sometimes. I think you get the right way.
I'm telling you, there's something about that bat that he 2 for 2 tonight. By part of a bat a few years ago. Caught him right, in the abdominal one. Fouled away.
It's funny too, as a hitter you learn. So that's like that will go all over the place.
Chopper to third. Sogard down to Hamilton. Got it out back to first and not in time. Sharply up the middle, but Story will fire to get him at first base. A base hit, but that's one of just 2 hits tonight for the Red Sox against. Looked to hold up, but he went. You wonder how many hits were in it. And in there for strike 3. Time up, he's 0 for 1. Look to hold, he went. 0-2 pitch from Barrios, and he hangs in there. Line drive left field, and that's going to get over the head of Clase. It ricochets back, and that's going to be a single. And a good decision by.
Realized that bounce went right into the hands of Clase. He holds up at first.
It hit a home run in San Francisco. Should have at least won 2 of those games.
Yeah, there's a Raffy homer that beat you.
4 and 5. Just, I know it's one game, but it sounds a lot better. With 9 strikeouts.
You know,
they lead at first and second. Rafaela pitch. Did he offer? Well, the home plate umpire said he did. Rings him up. That's strike 3. And strike 1. Just missed. Fly down the left field line. Clase is going to get there in the corner, and he'll make the catch.
Get back to the first game of the homestand. Change your lettuce, change your life with my hand. And Lenny DiNardo. We will have not only Vincent Garcia with another home run tonight, guys. We'll have all the highlights.
Great nickname. He's walked and singled tonight. They have 8 hits. Red Sox have but 3.
For Bayo, 14 pitches and 10 pitches in the 5th.
Games. He's on again for the 3rd time tonight. Indicating a bunt, takes a strike.
And off the plate.
Toronto has been running a couple of stolen bases tonight. One by Vladimir Guerrero. This is number 98. Weave and a miss. And popped him up. At third, Sogard backs into shallow left to make the Seattle Mariners in 2024. Kind of learning on the job. Runner holds, and it swung on and missed. 0-1. Strike 2. Unlike the Red Sox, they 0-2 off the plate. And a 1-2 on the way. Ground ball at first, gobbled up. Toro got the out. High throw into left field. Had a chance for a double play. Would have required a tag.
You might turn it over. Turn the ball over.
High fly ball. Jam shot here. Rafaela gets under that.
There you go.
And makes the catch. And it looked like it might be on the short side when he started, but the last few innings he kind of settled in.
Yes. Get it.
That will drop down for Jarren Duran, in for a base hit. He hits the bag and holds as Lucas hurries it back in. Off the edge. 1-1. Fly ball center field. Lucas ranging a bit to his right. And Duran back to first, 1 away in the Red Sox 6th. And strike 1 on Roman.
Curious to see if
0-2. The 0-2. Good.
7.
Ground ball backing up the third baseman. Clemente Jimenez 1 on the first. In time. Chargers 0 for 3. 3-0 Toronto. They've out hit the Reds. And they'll look at a strike.
Versions of it. And lately it's been pretty good. I mean, this.
That one's smoked toward the alley. That's going to drop on the grass and roll all the way to the warning track and up against the wall. He will fly into second, and Barja will stop there with his first knock tonight. Junior is 1 for 3 in this one. 2-0. So here's Vladimir with a count of 2-0. And now 3 balls, no strike. And he's going to walk him. So first and second. Strike 1. Vladimir at first, and 0-2.
Goodness gracious, he came out of his shoes right there. Saw that hang.
Poke foul. And not tempting enough on the sweeper away. 2-2. 2-2. Once again, as you said, coming out of his shoes. Coming. 97, but off the plate. Out pitch. Yep. Slider. Ripped into left field all the way to the wall. They'll chase in another run. Barger will score. Vladimir scurries into third, into second with a double. Alejandro.
He knew what was coming.
Now their hottest hitter really fouled back off the umpire's. Went chasing, and it's 0-2.
Ball up.
Chopper to third, went for the tag, and he's safe there in the throw. Holding the. And Straw will take a strike. You see 272 with a home run.
That's why you're seeing him here.
Man, to 1-1. In there for a strike. Slicer foul. Pops out of the middle, Wong, but no advance by, and the lefties 2-2. Spoil that one at 9. 2-2. Chop. Bernardino will handle that turn and lob it on to first. High throw, but take ball one.
Obviously, you had the base open, and you want to set up.
Bernardino has to throw strikes though. 2-0. 2-0. Missed badly there for ball three. The thing. And in there. And that's going to be ball four, and that'll force in a run. That one made Clase dance. Reloaded. And he'll pop it up. Right field. Hamilton out, Abreu in. And Abreu will adjust and make the play. Ton to strike one. 0-2.
Went to the slurs.
And struck him out. A single. One of only 4 hits tonight for 0-1.
Chasing velocity. I mean, everything he throws feels intentional.
He looked to hold, and he did on the slider.
And that's my point, right? There's the slurve down.
On a line, but right at Barger. Barely had to move there. Trying to get something going against Jose Barrios. Another strike one. Ground ball, sharply hit. There's Clement with it. And the Red Sox go very quiet and is leading 8-0.
Jeez, that's a good lineup too.
So he's not in bad shape. Nice single tonight. Went for the downs and missed that curveball. 1-2 on the way. Little bounding ball to the second baseman. Hamilton up and over. 1 out tonight. In these Fenway greens, these monster green. 0-2. And a breaking ball missing. Curve.
Green.
Little looper down the left field line, hitting into the corner. So is Duran, but a foul. The City Connect jersey. And that's high and tight. When the Red Sox got out of the gate, so wait a minute, 19-3 in those. I think I'm gonna
yeah, they'll work.
Enjoy those.
They can pick any color. You win in them.
And the pair pitches outside, going to be ball 4. So Vladimir's been on base 2 times. He scored and threw there for a strike. And he'll smoke a base hit into left field. Boy, when he hits it, he always seems to hit it hard. He loves Fenway Park.
Yeah, when it's off a forearm and not.
Alejandro Kirk takes one inside. He has a pair of hits tonight. Single and a doing it. He bats 7th. It's a deep lineup for Toronto.
It sure is.
Put this game completely on ice and in there for strike. 3-2. Here's 3-2. And walked him. Bases loaded, one down.
I mean, obviously, we look at the scoreboard, you see a 0 and just 4.
Red hot with a bat. Lines that one into right field, a base hit. Barger is in. Vladdy will be held at third. Throw comes home, and another run. And Toronto slowly putting this game. And the 0-1. He held up. 1-1. A man at every base, and that's a ball. Baltimore has jumped in front of Tampa Bay in the 7th. 11-8. Fly ball center field. Should be plenty deep enough to bring in the run. Rafaela with the catch. Vladdy will romp home, and he will score again. That's the 3rd home runs. He's been trouble again tonight. He's been a very hot bat, but he's drawn 3. Wow. Feels like a little nubber here to the right side. Here's the throw back to the bag. Safe. He is the 8th Toronto bat. And a looper into left center field. That's down for a base hit. Couple more will score. Kirk is in. Springer is in. Throw comes into third. Class A here as a lot of fans head for the exits. And that one will roll away. The runner at first will move up. That means check swing and a strike. Moves him back 2-2. 99 on the gun. A half lead. Swing and a miss to finally put an end to the last half of the 8th inning. Jose Barrios no. Hamilton has flied out. In there for a strike. And popped up. Well, twist foul back out of play. Dixie's had a great pitching staff, but they didn't score many runs. And oftentimes
would do that.
Yeah,
looking back at his box scores, I'm like, how many innings?
Connor Wong 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Red Sox have a runner on in the 8th. Cut on and missed. Well, the no-hitter is over. I just like it when guys are allowed to try for a no-hitter these days. Yeah, he had a high pitch count. I agree with that too. But it's gave up a hit. Swinging a liner and a foul ball down the left field. Even before it landed, this one popped up into right. And it wound up being foul, and it'll be Jimenez to call everybody off and make. And he'll look at a strike. 1-1. Half. In for a strike, although technically we're already in. Dodgers here. The final week of July. Hot shot. Going to get it out at second. The turn onto first. 4-6-3. Nate Eaton. Of course, an infielder. Nate.
He hit 95.
Next one, a change up at 70. Flag flying over the Red Sox dugout, of course. This one ripped foul. Not. And they've not had a lot of fun tonight. Toronto got a run in the first. 1-2 and ripped back toward the wall. And will play it off the 10. And it'll be another hit for Bo Bichette.
But it almost looks like they're just saying, hey.
On the other hand, if you're facing a position.
Throwing this soft.
Bounding ball. Hamilton to Story 1 and a double play. Isn't even supposed to be playing it. And that's going to skip into left center field for a hit. So Roden sees it roll all the way to the base of the monster, and he's into second with a double. Alejandro Kirk in search of his third hit tonight. He has 53. A high fly to left center. Sadon back there on the track, and he'll make.
Doesn't matter how nasty ball 4 is.
Third, and Clement over at first. A high drive down the left field line by Duran. Up there in the corner, and it's going to be a foul ball. One team is as cold with bats as the Red Sox. 1-2 and off the plate. Toro on deck. Night 3 games off the pace. Fly ball very shallow. coming on is Roden to make the catch.
So Bregman's back, and that's just one guy.
Toro with a massive swing and a miss. He's 0 for 3. Sit around and wait for by the way, for one guy to come back and
they want to get as much as possible. They want all the teams that,
when might we see him as that one's jacked down the left field line.
Pre-game show.
Agree with that too. Popped up into that no man's land out there and down to get that. And he's going to bound that ball to third. Barger up and gunning. And that's the ball. Back to Fenway, have now lost 6 consecutive games for the first time. Game 1.
Yeah, 4 hits, 2 walks, just not a lot of